Hello everyone, hello everybody, hello. This is 41 Solstice 25, Winter Solstice 8, what's up? And today we got a mermaid. Or technically, I'm calling it the Leviathan. But it's a giant mer person, I guess. It's really cool. Tried my best to make it look fishy and from deep in within the blue. It's really cool. I especially like how this tail turned out. This turned out very well for me. I was very concerned how it would possibly go just because of the irregularity of shapes I would have to do to kind of tie it in, which is basically a concerning thing that usually involves very extra natural stuff from curvature of to expanding and shrinking of size of things to its natural shape. This often may include tails, hair, and of course like stuff from like the figures of animals of sorts. Like this is quite a challenge to try to sort out and figure out in statue making, but it is very much doable, and if you do it good, you know you've done it good. Especially when you see it when it's looks quite proportionate. Also, yeah, it's actually nighttime on this creative server, but it's daytime in my plot. Yeah, This is very proportionate from what I can tell. It's just like whatever you're closest to looks out of proportion. And with it being night, it's hard to get that same view at it. That feels just right. Unless you particularly look at it from the side. It's gonna kinda invade Eve's plot a bit. And this also has my second ever custom tree. So yeah, that's cool. This turned out pretty well. It's a palm tree. It's the first palm tree I have ever actually tried to make in Minecraft. This turned out quite well. I have like coconuts up top. I have a sandy beach with a few speckles of grass here, a bit of dead shrubs and stuff on the beach because, you know, beaches collect that stuff. There's some rocks, more rocks, rocks in the water. There's some elevation stuff going on in the water, but only some. Like, I was concerned doing more, but ultimately I decided just to leave it at some. Like, I couldn't really decide for myself when was like a good point to start and when was a good time to probably stop if I was going to do it any further. So I decided to just kind of stop. And ultimately, it still looks pretty cool. I can't imagine if I were to actually add more to this, like in terms of elevation differences, how well it would turn out unless I start doing some stuff at the rocks a little more. But at the same time, I know realistically it won't really get as far as the rocks necessarily with a giant tail here disrupting the movement of the waves. And plus the way that I kind of did it, it's a little more for show than for actual physics. So rather than like doing a little more out this, or I just have it like so. But it still looks fine. It still looks fine. It still looks good. That's a good thing. But yeah. Aside from all this detail to that area of the plots, the mermaid itself is pretty cool. We have her with this crystal of who knows what. Maybe it's some kind of relic of her people. Maybe it's a ancient treasure guarded by them or something. And to add a little more tribal effect to this, I've added some sort of red to the design to make it feel a little more like she has a sense of culture to her design, as well as like some of this random jewelry about or attire of something, I don't know, accessories of sorts. Like, and also she has like these tattoos like this here, and this is a trident. She is the chosen one, you see. Yeah, I had fun making this. But the two things that kind of get me iffy about this is the sizes of the arms, which was hard to sort out when you like try to make them a little more natural, which is something you would probably want to do if you're doing bare arms at a decent size, as well as the next annoying parts was trying to sort out the density of each of these colors and when they would thicken up, when they would lighten up, and when they were just completely lightened and such. It was a lot of thinking, and I went over it just over and 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 over till I could think that I was probably at a better spot with that. So yeah, that took several tries. It was quite an effort, but ultimately I think it really turned out. It's really cool. I really like how it turned out. In starting of this, I didn't start from the water, I actually started from the rock. I started with the landscape first, or like the majority that is the landscape. And then I put a mermaid on top of this rock, figured out how she was sitting, I figured out where the tail would drift off to, and I was thinking, would she just have a tail or would she have like a few of these side things as well? I was thinking, yeah, she would probably have the things on the side as well. Let's add that also. And so I also added like this bit of like a wave thing around like whatever is bordered about inside the water. There's like waves around random objects in the water, from shoreline to rocks and such, and of course the tail. That's a better way of just saying that. I'm still learning my own use of describing things as well, guys. A lot of people really liked this. They thought it was pretty cool. Honestly, I really do love this landscape. The landscape is just awesome. The mermaid is really cool too. I especially like what I did with the red. Like, I think that was a good decision on my part. I feel like there is probably something a little more I could do about it somewhere else. Like, I feel like there was a distinct lack in red color. I feel like maybe red was probably an equally good color choice for the mermaid. Like, maybe more to the tail, maybe thicken most of us up more to be red instead of like this prismarine color. That would also be cool. It'd be kind of like doing a goldfish, you know? That red of a goldfish, like underwater or something, maybe like pretty close to a clownfish, but those are orange instead of red. But yeah, kind of like a goldfish, red kind of effect, and that'd be pretty cool for like hinting at the scaliness and maybe a couple orangey colors or something, or maybe a more pink color, I don't know. But it turned out pretty cool. There's like this necklace here, I guess it probably has teeth or something on it, I don't know. So yeah, I'm really happy with how this turned out. I particularly think it looks amazing from the side. like specifically from her right, like that's when it looks the most easy to appreciate the fullest of, for me personally. But the one issue of that is that you're missing out on the sight of all this landscape design. So that's where I stand with that. Other than that, it is really, really cool. I'm I'm quite fond of it myself. And there will be a schematic download in the description, like a link to my Planet Minecraft and such. Feel free to pay that a visit and use this build if you feel like it somewhere, or even set that in like a thing to check it out better. Yeah, I think that just about wraps this up. I am 41 Solstice 25, Winter Solstice 8, and have a good day. Bye bye.